Hare Krishna, everybody. I'm sitting here again with my friend Bhakta Tony. Hare Krishna. And today is a very special day. It's the appearance day of Lord Balaram. So we don't say death and birth, because for the soul there's neither birth nor death. We simply appear and disappear in this world, in this material world. And especially the appearance days and disappearance days, as we call them, of the incarnations of Krishna and the pure devotees of Krishna. Those are very auspicious days, and we should observe them. We should remember these great personalities, glorify them, because in that way we actually make advancement, we get their blessings. So today is one such day. It's the appearance day of Lord Balaram. Lord Balaram is the first expansion of Krishna. So he is also directly the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Supreme Lord. Just like they give that example that you can have a candle, and with that candle you can light many other candles. But all of those candles have got the heat and the light of the original candle, right? So that is how we understand that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the original candle. Yeah. Krishna's tu Bhagavan Swayam, the original personality of Godhead, is Krishna. And from him come all other incarnations. And the first expansion of Krishna is Balaram. And he's actually Krishna's brother. So in Goloka, in the spiritual world, that relationship is there, that Krishna has his brother Balaram. They're both cowherd boys. So they go off to the forest, they enjoy so many wonderful activities together. So today is the appearance day of Lord Balaram. In other words, he appeared in this world, this planet. It's amazing that the Lord and his expansions and his incarnations actually come here. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that yada yada dharmasya, wherever there's irreligion, I descend in order to re-establish the principles of religion. Krishna doesn't just, this is God's kingdom, even though it's ungodly and people are not thinking of God, still it's his kingdom. Yes. And therefore he's very concerned, and he doesn't allow ungodly behavior to go on. He says that he descends. Whenever there's irreligion, he descends. And he did that 5,000 years ago, Krishna. And Balaram appeared just before him, because he's his older brother. Yeah. So today is that day. How amazing that the Supreme Lord of all creation actually comes down to this tiny little planet, This planet is very insignificant. They give an example that if you got one big bag, a huge sack, and you fill it with tiny little mustard seeds, right? Smaller mustard seed is. That's how many material universes there are. Not just planets, that's universes. And inside each of those universes is so many planets. And our universe, by the way, is the smallest of all those universes. and our planet is one tiny planet. Yeah? And yet the Supreme Lord himself has come down here and descended. Yeah? What for? What does he come for? To save us. To save us. We're in this dark universe. It's packed up tight. You can't get out. No rocket ship, no spaceship will take you out of this universe. So we are trapped, lifetime after lifetime, transmigrating from one body to another. It could be animal, could be fish, could be bird, human, one planet to another, one universe to another, lifetime after lifetime. Cycle, samsara, the repetition of birth and death. So we are trapped. It's like somebody getting a life sentence. And sometimes if someone's a real bad criminal, they give him unlimited life sentences. So that's our position. Because of our wicked deeds in the past, we're been sentenced to this material world. But just like the governor or the president, if he wants to, he can give amnesty. He can say, okay, release all the prisoners. So Krishna's like that. Even though we don't deserve to be released. But not only does he release us, and this is the really amazing thing, is that he reforms us. Because here we hear so many times, like somebody gets sentenced to 30 years imprisonment for a serious crime, and he comes out and he does the same thing. So there's no reform. But Krishna's not like that. Because he's, as we discussed before, he's so pure, when he comes, he reforms. He changes the hearts, and therefore people become devotees. They stop being non-devotees. They stop being against Krishna, and they become favorable to Krishna. They start to want to serve Krishna, want to chant his names, eat his lovely food, read about him, associate with his devotees. They have a change of heart, and that change of heart's permanent. It doesn't because just like an elephant, sometimes an elephant, he go take a bath, and immediately come out the lake and you go and roll in the dust again and he's dirty. It's not like that. Once the heart's been cleansed by Krishna's grace, that's permanent. No fall down again. So that's why when these incarnations come, we cannot imagine how fortunate we are to hear about them, to talk about them, to try and follow the instructions. And as I say, today is one such appearance day of Lord Balarama. And so he's also the original spiritual master. And his name, Balaram, Bala means strength, spiritual strength. And Ram means bliss, happiness, pleasure. So he is the source of all spiritual strength and bliss and happiness. So by contacting him, we get spiritual strength, we get bliss. And how do we contact him? It's through talking about him, through hearing about him, chanting his name like that. So especially on this day, we should give a special focus on that and hear about his activities also. Because when Krishna and Balaram descended, they performed all kinds of amazing things. They're called Leela activities. So the Lord's activities are super mundane. There's nothing material about them. Just like there's one history of Krishna and Balaram. When Krishna came and Balaram came 5,000 years ago, there were so many demons trying to disturb them and kill them. Many different kinds of demons. And of course, they could never defeat Krishna and Balaram, the Supreme Lord. And just like there was one demon, I forget his name unfortunately, but he was trying to kill Krishna and Balaram. So they climbed up a mountain very, very high. And this demon, he thought, okay, what I'll do is I'll light a fire all around the mountain, and I'll burn the mountain and I'll burn them to death, you see. This is a foolish demon. They always think that they're more powerful than Krishna, and Balaram. So he lit this fire. But Krishna and Balaram, what did they do? They jumped down from the mountain, 88 miles high. That mountain was 88 miles high. And they jumped down. They can do anything, So this is one small example. Unfortunately, I don't have all the details. But so everything that the Lord does is completely super mundane, transcendental. Just like also there was one case with there was a demon called Dhenukasura, is the ass demon. He's a donkey, an ass, but very demoniac.
Yeah.
You know? So Krishna and Balaram, they're cowherd boys. They go into the forest, they enjoy with the cows. Yeah. So one time the cowherd boy said, "Oh, we want to go to this one forest. It's got very beautiful trees and fruit. We like to eat that fruit." But unfortunately, that forest was occupied by this Dhenukasura, this demon,
Yeah.
and his friends, these asses, and therefore they didn't allow anyone in. So Krishna and Balaram thought, no, we cannot allow this to go on. So let us go into the forest, into this place. I think it was called Talavan. And so they go in, and immediately this Dhenukasura, this ass, donkey, demon, he charges at Krishna and Balaram. He wants to kill them. Yeah. But what do Krishna and his friends also? But what do Krishna and Balaram do? They grab hold of the back feet of the ass. They pick him up and they swing him around like this. They swing around and they throw him up into the trees. And they do that with all the demons, and all the trees fall down. Yeah, they kill them easily. But the interesting thing is that, and then of course the boys can come in and have their nice fruit. Yeah. But the interesting thing is that even when Krishna kills a demon, he gives him a blessing. Yeah? So whether Krishna kills you or embraces you, because he's absolute, because he's all good, simply by contact with Krishna you are blessed. But of course we don't want to be the enemy of Krishna.
No,
we want to be favorable, yeah. So, but we should understand that even the demons are blessed, you know.
Yeah.
Just like there was one, when Krishna appeared, the first demon that tried to kill him was called Putana. Putana was a witch. Her speciality was she liked to kill babies. You know? Demon, big demon. And on the instruction of one very cruel king called Kamsa, she went to try and kill baby Krishna, you see, because this king Kamsa knew that Krishna one day would kill him. So he was trying to find him and kill him. So he sent all different demons. And the first one he sent was this Putana. And this witch had the power of shape-shifting. That means that she could change her body appearance.
Yeah.
Actually, it was a big, monstrous witch, but she changed her body to look like a very beautiful woman. So she walks, because Krishna had just been born, appeared, and many people come to pay respects and offer gifts. So she decided, okay, I'll go there. But she's disguised. And when she comes, people think, oh, look at this beautiful, she must be some demigod. And they welcome her very nicely. But actually her plan was to kill Krishna. And how does she do that? She put poison on her nipple, on her breast. But she offered her breast to milk for the baby to drink, you see. And the plan was that Krishna will suck her breast in the poison and he will die. And also, she's foolish.
Yeah.
She doesn't know that Krishna cannot be killed. But she tries like this, you see. And she go there, and the people invite her, the beautiful woman, they don't know she's a demon. And she offer her breast to Krishna, but Krishna knows. He knows who this woman is, that she's a demon. No? But he suck her breast anyway, but the poison doesn't affect her. But at the same time, when he sucks her breast, he sucks out her life air, and she dies, screaming. And when she dies, her real form manifests, and she's a huge, giant demon, and she crashes down. And the people in Vrindavan, in the village, what is going on here? They see this huge demon, fierce demon, and Krishna's on her breast. They're very afraid. But anyway, so she dies. But the point is that because Krishna's so kind, he thinks that, oh, look, this woman came to me, offered me her breast milk. She's like a mother. So he gives her liberation, that she will be like a mother in the spiritual world. Even though she was a demon, she had no desire to please or serve Krishna. She wanted to kill him. But this is an example of how any contact with Krishna is all good, like that. So it's a very nice example. Anyway, so
amazing.
Balarama also, different demons came and he would kill them as well. Um, just like there was one gorilla called Dvavida. He was a giant gorilla, and he was causing all kinds of disturbance in the community, yeah? Raping the women, uh, showing his stool and urine when people were doing spiritual sacrifices. Big disturbance. And Balaram came and he destroyed him, you see, Dravida gorilla. So there are many examples of the different beautiful pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and his incarnations. And by reading them and hearing about them, we become attracted. Because our real problem is that we are attracted, we are attached to the temporary material world. And trying to enjoy this temporary material world through this material body. That is our problem. That's why we're here. So the solution for that, the remedy for that, is to get free of that attraction and instead be attracted to the eternal, to Krishna and the spiritual world, you see. So how does that happen? How will that happen? It only happens if we hear and speak and engage in the service of the Lord and his devotees. Then it will happen. Then it will happen. By the grace of those who are lovers of God, lovers of Krishna. No other way. But only way, just like there's in the Bhagavad Gita, there's an expression, param drishtva. Param means high, supreme, and drishtva means taste. So if you have something superior, you can give up something inferior.
Yeah.
Just like if you're carrying an old smelly rock in your hand and I say to you, listen, put down that rock, let me give you a beautiful diamond. It's okay, you don't mind. You can easily give up that rock, isn't it? Yeah, not a problem. But unless you have something superior, then you will hold on to that smelly old rock. Yeah? So the same thing, that we have got this attraction, unfortunate attachment for trying to enjoy this material world. This taste, that sensation, in so many ways, we're trying to enjoy it.
Yeah.
And that's all we know. That's all we know. But unfortunately, that attachment and that attraction keeps us in this material world. In other words, you get what you desire.
Yeah.
If you desire to enjoy in this material world, then Krishna gives you a body. Just like if you want to eat meat. Oh, I love to eat meat. Then Krishna says, okay, I'll give you a body of a tiger. A tiger is a meat-eating machine. So everything is according to your desire, you see. So if you finally begin to realize that actually, no matter what material desire I have, it never brings me satisfaction. When you start realizing that. Why? Because I'm not this body. My pleasure does not come from this body. It comes from the soul.
Yeah.
I'm not the body, so I have to satisfy the soul. And that has nothing to do with material enjoyment. Yeah? So when you start realizing that, then you start thinking, I don't want these material things. These material things don't satisfy me. What is the alternative? Is there something that will satisfy me? Yeah? And then we begin to hear from the spiritual master, from the guru, and he says, yes, your happiness will come from spiritual activity, not material activity. You are a spiritual being, and you're engaged in material activity. How's that going to work, you see? I give you an example. It's like if you're a fish, and you go on the beach, on the sand. It's not where you're meant to be.
No.
You can turn this way, that way, upside down. You'll never be comfortable and satisfied. You have to go in the water. Yeah. Same thing. This material world, the material atmosphere, is not our natural atmosphere. We're spiritual beings. We're meant to be in the spiritual world, and that's only possible by the grace of those who live in that world. They come and they say, "Okay, we'll take you home," like that. You can't get on a rocket ship and go there. Yeah. Not possible. So we're trapped, as I said earlier. We're trapped, and only by the grace of the great souls can we get free. So this Balaram is the original spiritual master. And only by the grace of the spiritual master can we get Krishna. So, and that's why we say many prayers to the spiritual master every day. Samsara prayers, Kripa Bindu Diya, these are all beautiful prayers. And what are they? They're prayers in which we, just like Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Tadvidi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnanena statpadarshanaha. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master. Inquire from him submissively, render service unto him. The self-realized soul can reveal to you the truth because he is in truth, yeah? So that's the first point. Krishna says, if you want to know the truth, you have to go to a guru. Yeah. And what do? You inquire, you ask questions, and you serve, like that. So therefore, this relationship between guru and disciple is the most important thing for our spiritual life. Without that, we cannot make progress, actually. And that original guru is Balaram. So if we can, on a day like this, also pray, it's a very good opportunity to pray directly to Balaram. My dear Lord, my dear Supreme Personality of Godhead, all glories to your wonderful appearance, all glories to your wonderful transcendental activities. Kindly bless me with unlimited strength and happiness and bliss on the path of devotion, like that. And any other personal problems that we're having, why not pray on this day to Balaram? He is the very, very merciful Supreme Personality of Godhead. And by his grace, we can make steady progress on the path of bhakti. So today is that very auspicious appearance day. So we can spend the rest of the day observing the day. Today at 12 o'clock we break the fast. We only eat food which is offered to Krishna, obviously, but Ekadashi food, that means no wheat, no grains, like that. And if possible, here more and more. We have a wonderful book called Krishna Book, which describes the activities of Krishna and his devotees. And there are many descriptions there of the activities of Lord Balaram. So we should try, if possible, to hear more about Balaram on this day. Hare Krishna!
Hare Krishna!